violent, horrifying, and of course, dark and gritty. Normally you would think of Left 4 Dead as a fun time, but this mod pack, oh boy, it will induce terror into your hearts. Welcome, dear viewers, to the Nightmare Pack for Left 4 Dead 2. Nightmare N-Pack, or the Nightmare Pack, is a mod collection tailor-made by Yoru. You can download it from the Steam Workshop or from Yoru's Google Drive, the latter being the preferred build by the author. While I've seen some videos of this mod before, I was under the impression that it turns the game into some sort of super scary experience or makes it ultra difficult. But then I played it myself and I was surprised to see that it's a lot different than what I had seen before. N-Pack is supposed to be an atmospheric mod that completely overhauls the aesthetics of the game. Its two main inspirations are the early renditions of Left 4 Dead, famously known as the TRS era of Left 4 Dead, and also everyone's favorite Sweden simulator, Cry of Fear. But apart from the visual overhaul, it also changes quite a lot in the gameplay as well. I wouldn't call it an ultra challenging mod as some people said it was, but rather a very different way of how things work in the game. And while this mod pack changes everything, the preferred campaigns to play are the Left 4 Dead 1 campaigns like No Mercy, Death Toll, Dead Air, and Blood Harvest. Lastly, there's just one thing that I wasn't able to do. Yoru has specifically written on the mod collections page to play this mod with friends and not bots. But because of my schedule and whatnot, I wasn't able to do that, so this whole review is based on gameplay with bots, which I admit is much inferior compared to what could have been with friends. Right away, the drastic change can be felt. It's darker, the textures are grittier, and of course, the player models are based on the original concept art. Now, there's the HUD, similar to Cry of Fear, is quite minimal. And speaking of the HUD, there's also a lot of things that are just disabled, like glowing items or glowing fellow survivors and stuff like that. No hints, no nothing, you're on your own. One cool thing I liked is that none of the survivors crack jokes, which is a really good touch based on the mood this mod is going for. Now, my first run wasn't that good, main reason being I wasn't ready for how the game works now. Like those pistols that everyone can pick up, or those starting weapons, yeah, there's only one of each. So one of the survivors picked up the pistol, the other the shotgun, and I was left with the crowbar. And also, this is why you should play this mod with friends, like, come on man, why are you all just watching? The needle girl from Cry of Fear is mauling me. Restarting, I immediately went and picked up a gun which you might notice is from Cry of Fear. Most of the firearms are taken from COF and that's pretty cool. Now there's another visual change that I really like, the violence. The way the blood gushes out and how it splatters on the wall, and pair that with the new sound effects of things, and man, it's satisfying as all hell. Okay, so this thing replaces the witch, and I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's Zoe, but why does she look like that, bro? Damn. Another mechanic this mod adds is that when you're taken down like this, you will lose your weapon in hand, like you will drop it, and you have to pick it back up. But in my case here, my MP5 flew into the debris, or somewhere where I couldn't reach, and I couldn't get it back. If I were to change something in this, I would just remove this disarm mechanic and also the whole low ammo thing. Like, I get it, it's supposed to turn the game into a proper survival horror, but I personally am a normie and I would like more ammo, please. But that's it. Those are the only two gripes I had while playing this. Instead of the music, you have this chilling ambience that sometimes plays in the background. So usually a music cue would tell you what kind of special infected is in the area. But that's not the case here. You literally have to listen for their sounds and realize what you're dealing with. This makes the game feel something like Resident Evil, where an off-screen monster would make a special sound and you would know who's around the corner. But man, the main spectacle of the whole thing is the overhauled visual and atmosphere. It genuinely turns the game into a more terrifying thing. Like, not in the way that it would make you genuinely scared, but rather the atmosphere is subtle and it's a mood. The original games were already pretty grim, but here it turns it up to 11. That paired with the overhauled audio is the perfect combination. Hell, I would say this feels like a spin-off of Cry of Fear, which is a neat idea. While the textures are obviously different in all of the maps, another thing of note is that you will also find new things in the map, like the layout won't be like you remember. The map will be the same, yeah, but sometimes there will be obstructions in your usual way, so you'll have to find new routes to proceed further. That's a good way to spice things up and make the game more unique. Most of the campaigns I listed earlier are overhauled like this, and I honestly felt like I was playing the game for the first time. And they all had that Cry of Fear vibes to them, and that is something I adore. I also tried out Death Center from Left 4 Dead 2. While the atmosphere wasn't like what I had played earlier, it surely was different than the original game, though Dark Carnival was more of what I wanted. That was cool. But my favorite out of the bunch is Dead Air. I don't know what it is about it, but the overall mood in this campaign was fantastic. It had a blood-red sky with ash falling everywhere, the lighting inside felt moodier, and the feeling of being creeped out was at max level. In the end, NPAC isn't a mod pack that makes the game super scary, and it doesn't make the game the most difficult thing in the world. It's fun and challenging, and it's an atmospheric take on Left 4 Dead. The new mechanics, like the disarm feature or the new monsters, are pretty cool, and the lack of assistance makes it different, but in a good way. Definitely check this out if you're into Left 4 Dead. That's pretty much it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and a big thanks to these benefactors. I'll see you in the next one.